Hey guys, so it is time for another book review, and the book that I'm going to be reviewing is called 1/5 Avenue by Candace Bushnell. And I'm sure some of you guys have seen this book before because I put it in my Lazy Sunday reading thing that I was doing for that week, and this was one of them. I finally got around to finishing this book and making a video. It is a pretty chunky book. It took me about 3 or 4 days to finish reading, but it was a really good book and I really enjoyed it, so I definitely had to make a review on this book. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with this book and don't know anything about it, it is basically about this really exclusive and really elite building located in Manhattan, New York, and it talks about all of the lives of the tenants that live in this building. I am giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. This book right here, and the reason for that is because it had a very different writing style. Unlike any other writing style that I've ever read before, this book is written in the perspective of the tenants. So every single tenant has their own perspective, and it's not broken down by paragraphs or by chapters or anything like that. It's not even broken down. It's like 1 minute you're reading one sentence talking about one character, and then the next minute it switches into another character. So it really flows and transitions very smoothly from one perspective to another, which I thought was really cool and kind of complicated. It took me a while to finally get used to it being that way, and I would kind of get confused at the beginning, but after I got a hang of it, it was really cool that it did that. So there are a ton of characters in this story, and like I said before, the story is told in the perspective of all of these different characters. You've got, I think there's like 8 to 10, maybe even 12 different characters in this story. They're all very witty and very funny and quirky. Some of them are really annoying and obnoxious, but it's good that they're annoying and obnoxious because that kind of just says, you know, the writer did a really good job in making sure that these characters are that way. As far as the concept and storyline of this book, I kind of didn't feel like there was a concept or a storyline at one point, and I was a little bit confused. It kind of just felt like it was going through the motions and the everyday lives of these tenants, but then I started thinking about it, and then I realized that the concept started when this elderly woman, one of the elderly people that live in the building, dies unexpectedly, and then it sort of just goes on from there and introduces the newer characters, the ones who are thinking of buying this new apartment, which, mind you, is like 3 floors of apartment space. It is the biggest apartment in that building. It's all the way at the top. It's got a ballroom, it's got 3 different living rooms. It's huge. It starts to gradually introduce some of the new characters into the story, and then it starts to go a little bit more in depth into each individual character's lives, what they do, what they don't do, how they got there, how they make money, what kind of money they have, their relationships, their families, everything. You sort of get a very big general idea, and then for certain characters you kind of get a more in-depth look as to what their lives are all about. I thought this book was a really fun and witty and quirky book that would be perfect for summer, which is one of the reasons why I picked it up. I really did enjoy this book. I know I said earlier that I really liked the writing style, but I really thought that the writing style was amazing. I'd never read anything like that before, so I thought it was really cool how the author was able to just weave the story that way and like mix in all of these character perspectives in one paragraph, because sometimes that's what she did. And so I really did enjoy this book. I hope you guys enjoy it if you guys decide that you want to check it out. And that is it for me, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.